Peer pressure is the influence you feel from a person or group of people your age to do something you might not otherwise consider doing. It's not uncommon to want to be a part of a group and feel like you belong in a community, especially if you are new or less experienced than the people around you.
Peer pressure often happens because you don't want to be alone or left out, so you go with what other people think in order to feel included. A peer can be anyone around the same age as you, like a friend, classmate, or even someone you see on TV and admire.
You may try to live up to people's expectations, but it's important to be mindful to not have their expectations cloud what you want. If you're dealing with peer pressure, you're not alone. Many people face peer pressure each day and every day.
Peer pressure isn't always a negative thing. It can have a positive influence and help challenge or motivate you to do your best. However, it's helpful to recognize that peer pressure can also be negative. It can result in you doing something that doesn't fit with your sense of right and wrong.
Peer pressure might influence you in a number of ways, including fashion choices, alcohol and drug use, decision to have a boyfriend or girlfriend, choice of who your friends are, and academic performance.
Peer pressure can be present at school or within a broader community. It can affect people of all ages and all backgrounds. Peer pressure can affect you in a number of ways, directly, indirectly, and individually.
Peer pressure can be as simple and direct as someone telling you what to do. It may be a good idea to talk to someone you trust, such as a family member, teacher, or friend, if you feel threatened or if you are being hurt or pressured into doing something you don't want to do.
Peer pressure might not always be obvious to you. It's not uncommon for a group of friends to have particular habits or activities that they do together, but when you're with a different group of friends, it might be unlikely that you do those same things.
For example, you might only smoke when you are with a certain group of friends, or you might be more likely to study when you are with other friends. Each group of friends has their own hobbies and desires.
Sometimes the pressure comes from you. Feeling different from a group can be hard. Sometimes this happens when people move to a new city or start a new school or job. This often means having to make new friends and fitting into a new environment.
In order to avoid feeling out of place, you might do things to make sure you feel like the rest of the group. When people feel unsure about themselves, they might be more likely to feel the effects of peer pressure.
Being an individual means making decisions based on what is best for you. It means taking ownership and responsibility for what you do and how you think. But being an individual also means that you can be a valued part of a comfortable and welcoming group.
It might be hard to resist peer pressure and stay an individual. Some possible things you can do to manage peer pressure include sharing common interests, being able to say no, trying not to be judgmental, and taking action.
Hanging out with people who like doing similar things may help you avoid a situation where you feel pressured into doing things that you don't want to do. Remember that being seen hanging out in the cool crowd might not be as much fun as it looks if you're not comfortable with the decisions that they are making.
Having the strength to say no can be hard, but it can also make you feel good to stick with what you believe in. Explain to people in a calm way why you don't want to be a part of something, and you might earn some respect from others and gain confidence in yourself.
If possible, try not to place judgments on other people's choices. Respecting someone else's choices may help them to respect yours. Remember that you don't have to agree with their actions. Focusing on the reasons why you don't feel happy with the choice might help you not judge them.
Taking action against negative peer pressure can be easier when you're more comfortable in your environment. Standing up for yourself and others can be a way to gain that comfort. Both of these are ways in which you might be able to create a positive atmosphere within a group.
Having peers that are committed to doing well in school or to doing their best in a sport can influence you to be more goal-oriented as well. Peers who are kind and loyal influence you to build these qualities in yourself.
Responding to peer pressure is part of human nature, but some people are more likely to give in and others are better able to resist and stand their ground. People who are low on confidence and those who tend to follow rather than lead could be more likely to seek their peers' approval by giving in to a risky challenge or suggestion.
Always listen to your gut. If you feel uncomfortable, even if your friends seem to be okay with what is going on, it means that something about the situation is wrong for you. This kind of decision making is part of becoming self-reliant and learning more about who you are.